Hello everyone and welcome to the week 117 update for ICARUS. In this week's update, it brings the long-awaited batteries and networks update. Now there is so much information to get through in this video today, it would have just turned out to be a guide. What I've done instead is I'm linking two videos down in the pinned comments. One covering the water borer from a couple of weeks ago, which is still valid now, along with an update video which I put out a couple of days ago regarding the new items, including the flow meter and how the entire network system gets set up. This video would have just been way too long for an update video. So I'm going to focus on the patch notes today, show you the new items and where you can craft them, because some items have been moved around as well and some items have been changed. We'll be covering the notable improvements first to get them out the way. Water networks are now accessible at tier 3. Sprinklers are now a tier 3, cheaper and better. They can now make your enemies wet. Water crop plots, which is great. I've said that from day one. It just makes sense. Having the water sprinklers water your crop plots is amazing and can be triggered manually or by sustaining damage. So if it's getting attacked or if there's a fire raging in your base now, a water sprinkler will switch on and hopefully put out the fire. And lastly, deep ore veins are now unlimited by design, which was always a bit of a weird conversation to have, because some people said theirs were disappearing and some people said no, they are still mining theirs. I've never had one disappear on me. I've always been to continuously mine my deep ore veins. So they will never run out now. Just going to go ahead and place this water sprinkler. It consumes 100 water, by the way. Let's pop that there. Get a watering tool. It doesn't look pretty, but I think everyone at this point knows my piping skills and wiring skills on this game is definitely not my strong point. Alright, this should be active now. There we go. Toggle device on and off. Next up is the actual new items getting introduced in this update. We have the basic battery, which is a tier 4 item, advanced battery rack, which is tier 4, water barrel tier 3, metal rain reservoir tier 3, biofuel water pump tier 3, a water borer tier 4, and a flow meter tier 4. The first two items we're going to be taking a look at is the advanced battery rack and the basic battery rack. Now the advanced battery rack can hold 6 million power. These are already fully charged, and the basic battery rack can hold 1 million. Now, of course, these got to be connected to your grids via wires. I do have a guide on that in the pinned comments. Go and check it out. Once you have these connected to your grid, any excess power you're generating will now start getting fed into your batteries. Once they're full, they're full. If you want to store even more power, you're going to have to build more battery racks. The next item is the water borer. These only can be placed on top of geysers. I do have a guide down in the pinned comments covering this in more in depth. Go and check that out. But it does require 1000 power, but it provides 2000 water. But personally, I like this item better, and that is the biofuel water pump. Yes, it only provides 1000 water, but not everybody has a geyser close to hand, and this water pump can really churn out the water in a short period of time. There's one little downfall though. You do need a biofuel can to run this, and you get about 2 hours 30 minutes with a full biofuel can with this water pump. Next up, we have the metal rain reservoir along with the actual water barrel. These two items in conjunction with the biofuel water pump is amazing. None of these items need a wired connection, just the watering tool. You can provide a lot of water just with these three items here. Now, this is one item I am going to actually have to physically show you though, but I do have this in the guide itself. It is the flow meter. Let's just go ahead and hook this water up to the flow meter. And we need electricity as well. This is going to be your new friend in ICARUS, as it's going to give you all of the information you need. Once you have water and power from your network running to your flow meter, what you're going to have to do is press F, and it's going to bring up everything that's connected on that network, which is connected to your flow meter. So on the left hand side, you have your supply, so that's your energy. So I have 16 wind turbines and 4 solar panels, producing 48,000 power. Next up is your demand. I have a total demand of 15,750. As you can see here, it's got everything that is requiring power all of the time. As you can see, you have benches here which are requiring power, but they're in an idle state. because things like the advanced alteration bench, the electric furnaces, and the electric stove, etc. only requires power when it's in an active state. So you can keep the power hooked up to them, but they're in an idle state. So they will not use power when they're not physically crafting something. And on the right hand side, you have your actual storage. So it shows you all your battery storage basically. Another cool thing you can do though now, if you have a brownout in game and you don't have enough power going through your base, you can physically left click on something and give them priority so they never run out of power, or any power you get, you can have it diverted to these locations just simply by left clicking on an item and then checking one of these boxes. So like I was just touching on regarding the flow meter, and it's showing stuff in an idle state. So if I come to electric furnace now, it will show itself idle. It does have power, but it's not currently crafting anything, so it's just idle. But you will see a new item here, water. You can now pump water into your electric furnaces. While we're talking about furnaces, any furnace at tier 3 or above now can receive water. From the concrete furnace and upwards, that now can receive water. So this is self-explanatory. All you have to do is connect your water now to your furnace, and it will now stay idle until it becomes operational. If you're either using it for electricity to craft the regular ingot, or you're crafting bricks, for example. So for example here, I want to now craft bricks and I don't need any water devices inside of my inventory of the furnace no longer. It will now just craft the bricks as it has water being piped into the furnace. There's also been some big blueprint shakeups this week as well. So I'll go through everything that you need to know. So first of all, the important one is the water pipe tool is now tier 3. So you'll have to unlock the biofuel water pump to get access to the water pipe tool and to the new metal rain reservoir in tier 3 and the new water barrel. And if you want to use the water sprinkler as well, that is now locked behind all of these as well, which makes sense. The aquarium, the tier 3 aquarium, has been moved to tier 3 now, and it no longer requires biofuel to run. It now requires just water, which is great. I never really liked the biofuel can with the aquarium, to be honest. Now in tier 4, you'll have to unlock the electricity tool to get access to the wind turbine, the water wheel and the solar panel, along with getting the new basic battery rack, the advanced battery rack and the flow meter, and unlocking the biofuel generator as well. Once you've unlocked the electricity tool though, you should get access to the water borer as well, which is right along the end here, and that is, yeah. The water borer is just basically a better version than the biofuel water pump. I do like the convenience of the biofuel water pump. You can have that relatively close to you. Unless you've built right on top of a geyser, then the water borer is definitely your thing. And one last thing, that the water requirement from the masonry bench is now being removed. That is the week 117 batteries and networks update video for you guys. For the full information on all of these items working and how they all work together, go and check out the 2 guides down below. As always, let me know down in the comments what you think of all these new changes. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And as always, I just want to thank all my YouTube, Ko-Fi and Twitch monthly supporters. If you do want to become a member of the channel, all you have to do is hit that join button. There's a couple of different tiers you can pick from, or you can hit my Ko-Fi link down in the description. It's just like a Patreon, but better.